Oh, sweet mother of
Bacon!
Hey, Holden's starting to look different.
Starting to act different, too.
Yes, he is.
I would have stopped him before it went too far.
Every shitty thing we do makes the next one that much easier, doesn't it?
Oh, now, I know you're not talking.
Eating some of that
I'm
man's
eating that
stuff.
man's chicken.
You said you weren't a homicidal maniac.
He's not.
I didn't kill him. Not yet.
Yeah.
He's a bully. And where I come from, bullies take desperate young girls like your daughter and force them into prostitution. And when they finally get knocked up, they peddle them to Johns who get off on that. After they have the kid, they push them right back out on the streets even before they have a chance to heal. And those kids, they use them too. Some people deserve to be punished.
Have you noticed that Amos has a real soft spot for children?
On Chris Hansen.
When I had to accept that Mei was dead, I felt almost relieved.
Why?
She was sick her whole life and I couldn't fix her.
Oh, okay.
I'm better with plants. I couldn't help her the way a father's supposed to.
This
Are
is,
you asking me to tell you that's okay?
I know it's not.
does his seeming lack of emotion make more sense now? It's not that he doesn't love his daughter or anything. It's just he's one of those people who he processes information differently
No,
than a lot of
but
people.
what I saw was the look on Amos's face. That's what I recognized.
Amos is struggling with a lot himself.
Mm-hmm. He said where he comes from.
You wondered a little bit about how much of that was autobiographical, huh?
I thought they were supposed to be with him.
Yeah, he just decided to go out for a little while. I think he just needed something that made sense to him.
Did you notice the Mei and Patatas on the green wall?
Say it in English, Doc.
I'm sure that I did not.
Right here. Pitchfork-shaped leaves. Same yellowing as before. In real nature, there's enough
Think
diversity
so.
to cushion an ecosystem when something catastrophic happens. Now, in an artificial ecosystem, when one thing goes wrong, there's only a certain amount of pathways that can compensate for it. Eventually, those pathways get overstressed and then they fail.
Ganymede is the most important food station out here. They're not gonna let it just collapse.
Yes, they will.
The station's dead already. They just don't know it yet.
What kind of music you got, Alex?
Oh, a lot of the people on Mars came from Texas.
Oh,
there's
gosh.
There's like a big country music scene. Have you noticed that Alex has like a bit of a Texan accent?
All those energy drinks, Alex?
He's been there for a while. That's one of the things that the show doesn't give you an update on how much time has passed, but literally he's been sitting out here for like, I think at least a couple weeks now.
Time to two-step.
And I don't think those are energy drinks, by the way. Pretty sure that's wine or some sort of alcohol.
Uh-uh.
What could go wrong?
They just wanted to see how far away it was. He was using this laser for range finding.
I've never seen a night so long when time goes crawling.
Keeping himself busy. I tell you, Alex. Uh-oh.
You missed a few. It's dangerous to have floating liquid running around your ship.
PRN priority alert. A no-fly zone is now in effect around Ganymede Station.
Oh, crap.
This is an PRN priority.
What else is new? You guys have the worst luck.
Right?
I find the little girl and the man. They be moving way away from the baton where the mirrors fall. Those parts of the station still be okay.
They feeding them that stuff. Who exactly do the other doctor?
Strickland?
I mean, is he working for Mao? Is he working for
Well, we know he was a member
Mars?
of Protogen. you know, whether he was still working for Protogen or not, I guess we don't truly know yet, but he was working for Protogen before he came to Ganymede as a pediatrician.
As I was watching this episode, especially when the guy on Ganymede
Missed it by that much.
Ganymede.
get whatever that name, look.
It's all right.
Whatever the name, I need flashcards. He was saying how
Cascade
because of whatever happened.
People have been cheating the system, basically.
Yeah, it's going to have an adverse effect.
Some people are eating the plants
things.
they need in order for things to keep going. Some people
Right.
have been replacing the water supply with cheap substitutes, so it's not
exactly.
Keeping
So all of a
it's basically
sudden,
already past the point where it can recover.
He said, what,
at
2
least
weeks?
on its own, if that.
And so they really probably need to be evacuating that
Yeah.
station
It's
because it's just
gonna
going to
take a lot of
collapse on
effort
itself.
to
Yeah.
rebuild the ecosystem there so that they can actually be self-sustaining again.
The guy was hoarding chicken, and I'm
Normally
sure he bartered.
Yeah.
He bartered for something else for to give somebody something to eat, which means that regardless of what, everything just expanded out to
The
other
problem is
places.
that people are opportunists. You have basically an animal with a very sophisticated intelligence. That's what humans are. And animals do everything based on resource scarcity. We already live in a society that's really pretty much for most resources post-scarcity. But we artificially control the supply of things so that they're worth something. Because if something is freely available to everybody, it's worth what? Zero.
Everything.
That's adorable.
No, it's worth nothing. If it's freely available to everyone, it's worth nothing. But if you control the supply and pretend that there's not enough to go around, then suddenly it has value. That's what happens with diamonds.
Even though we know this is a show. And it's turning out to be a really, really good show. I like it. But my only problem is, even many, many years later, human nature haven't really changed.
No, it'll take a very long time for our nature to evolve beyond
that is really scary.
Beyond the
and I can understand how all of these different experiments and stuff can happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they started many, many years ago.
And the funny thing is, if you go by face value with what people like Dresden were saying, it would seem that that's part of their motivation too, to move humanity past the point where they're like this. They seem to think they have the best goals in mind, you know what I mean? Which of course is terrifying, because that's one of the ways you get to the worst possible excesses. When you really truly believe that what you're doing is good, like truly good, the best for humanity, you can do some awful things if you really believe. But what
are they trying to make? And that is still our question as we continue on with
what is Protogen up to, and what is the work?
The question still is a question.
That's deep.